Hello, you join me in the workshop. Apologies in advance for the weird background creaks and groans. This building is roofed and clad in Ridley tin, and it's howling a gale out there, so the wind's blowing all the walls and roof around a little bit. Today's video is a tooltip video, and we're going to talk about cordless drills and drivers. It was prompted by a conversation with Becky on Twitter, so hi Becky. And all I want to do is very briefly show you some things to think about when you're going to select such a tool. Those tools are incredibly useful for the smallholder. You know, most of the jobs you do are not going to be adjacent to a mains power socket, and whether you're putting together a pig art, fixing a chicken coop, what have you, the odds are that cordless tools are going to be your friend. So let's go and have a look at the ones we use. I'm not saying they're the only ones by a long chalk, but I'll talk about what I think about when I select such a tool, and then you can go and find the right tool for you. Come on. Okay, this is the basic tool I would start with. And irrespective of brand and irrespective of type, the first thing to talk about is these little words here, L-I-I-O-N, lithium ion. Get a tool with lithium ion batteries. Okay, lithium ion batteries stay charged. If you get the old ones, which are known as NiCads or nickel cadmium batteries, if you leave them aside for a matter of weeks, they will be flat as a pancake, and you have to spend an hour or 2 hours charging them before you can use the tool. The particular battery that's on this drill right now has not been charged for 3 months. Absolutely fine, ready to go. So, point one, choose a tool with lithium ion batteries. Brand. I would say, personally, go with DeWalt or Makita. I like DeWalt, other people like Makita. Honestly, it's a Ford versus Vauxhall argument. They're both good, they'll both serve you well. Choose a range of tools that all take the same battery. Okay. I use these 18 volt XR. So it says XR on the battery. That same battery will fit an angle grinder, a jigsaw, a circular saw, an impact driver, and the list goes on. You may not want those tools now. You may want them eventually. So I would strongly suggest that you choose a range that has, and make sure that each tool you buy comes from that range. The XR badging on DeWalt tools is extremely helpful. If you get an 18 volt XR tool, they all take the same batteries. Right, if you're buying a drill that's going to do double duty as a drill and a driver, look for this. At the top, can you see that? It looks almost like a screw. That's actually saying drill. That setting, you see there's a hammer, is masonry drilling. And I'm very happy if Becky or anyone else wants to explain the difference in the types of drill bits you use, etc. But drilling into wood, drilling into block, brick, stone and concrete, and you then have a whole series of numbers from 15 down to 1. Those are known as variable torque control. Alright, it's a fancy way of saying you can adjust how hard the thing will drive a screw before a clutch kicks in and stops it. With a very powerful setting, it is perfectly possible to drive the screw right through a piece of wood and out the back, which you don't want to do. So having these variable torque settings, very useful if you're going to do a lot of carpentry. And what you can do, if you don't know what setting you need for this particular kind of wood, you set it at the lowest, and if it doesn't drive the screw in far enough, you turn it up a couple of numbers, and eventually it will just drive the head flush with the surface, and you think, right, that's perfect. And you leave it on that setting, and you then won't be able to overdrive the screws. This one also has 2 speeds, low and high. Low speed, very useful for drilling in things like metal. High speed for drilling into wood. Other things that are useful is to have two tools. Many of these come as a combination with what is known as an impact driver. An impact driver is set up to use hexagonal screwdriver bits on a quick change setting like that. It doesn't have the variable torque that the drill does. So if you're doing a lot of carpentry work, you might think about, don't get an impact driver, get two drills, and you set one up as a driver, one up as a drill. You drill pilot holes with one and put your screws in with the other. It's a very valid combination compared to the standard, which is the impact driver. But as a starter set, most firms, both Makita and DeWalt, will sell you those two items in a box for two batteries and a battery charger, which will look a bit like that. And that's fine, that's great to get going. If you have extra money, I would suggest always have at least one spare battery, and those batteries can be bought separately. The great advantage of these series tools is that you can then buy bare tools. You can buy other, once you've got say 3 or 4 batteries, you can buy other tools without paying for more batteries and more chargers. So if you want a jigsaw, say, you're not likely to be using a jigsaw and both drills at the same time. So just take the battery off one of the drills, put it on the jigsaw. You don't pay for extra batteries. You can also buy very large batteries. I have on my angle grinder a 4 amp hour battery. The ones that they come with the standard are 1.3 amp hour. They're great, they last a long time, they are a bit heavier. But if my question is, I'm a newbie small holder or a newbie DIYer, what would I buy? Buy a drill, buy an impact driver, buy one spare battery, and if you have no existing kit, I'm going to show you one other thing. What is extremely useful is to have a boxed set of drill bits and screwdrivers that fit. You can buy them very cheaply on eBay and Amazon, and you can get an absolute array of tools for 20-30 quid, every size of drill, every size of driver. You will eventually want more specialised ones, and we can talk about those in a separate video. But a box set of mixed tools, you know, mixed bits, mixed drivers is an extremely good place to start. I don't want to go on too long and cover too much information, so I hope that's helpful. I hope that gives a guide to what I would look for in a drill driver combination. They're incredibly useful. Get a lithium ion set, get them from a reputable brand. Make sure that you've got variable torque, you've got hammer action, and you've got drill action, and consider whether you want an impact driver or a second drill. Hope that's helpful. If it is, let us know in the comments. If you would like to see more about what drill bits to use for what jobs, what about manual screwdrivers, those types of things, please ask. I love doing these videos. Happy to share the little that I know. You take care now, and we'll talk soon.